People deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal won, Wolves won, and yeah, on one hand, I'm actually very annoyed with that performance. Not to rant and rave, but I think that was one of our worst performances. And on the other hand, we showed some fight to get something out of the game because we didn't really deserve it. It was one of our worst performances this season. So yeah, cracking on, going into the game, we know what we need to do. We need to win the game. Like, we need to get back to winning. We've drawn 2 games. Yes, one was against Liverpool, so we'll cut us some slack. We've got Bournemouth after the international break on the horizon. We've got United and Spurs, so we need to be taking points where we can, to be fair with you, because all of these drop points, which in hindsight we did, add up. So yeah, going into the game, nice to see that we have a left-back, an out-and-out left-back available in Kolar. Nice to see Holding keeping his place into the side and he's enjoying his run of form. But in terms of the performance, it was woeful away this game, but specifically the first 10. Do you know why? Because the first 10 set the tone. I think Wolves had the better whole game in my opinion, and they'll be happier to get get a point from this. But they set the tempo. This is like you saw with Palace when we played Palace, and they were a side where they were feeling a bit sorry for themselves, and they weren't scoring, they weren't winning, weren't keeping the best games, the best run of form and things like that. The same thing with Wolves. I've told you a lot in the preview. I was happy. I'm happy to see how Wolves have been playing this season. I think they sit and remain resilient, as you saw when they can, and keep in 2 banks of 4 and stay resilient. But I think they try and show something on the ball, and you saw that. I was very impressed with Jimenez. All right, cool, he didn't score, but he pressed us very well and dropped in for them. Carvalho obviously got the goal. Another player I warned you about. Helder Costa put in a shift as well, and I was impressed with their defence as well, how they remained rigid with 3 at the back. Connor Cody did a lot of doggy work, and they had the best of chances. For Arsenal, we were slow we were so slow, so lethargic, lackluster. We're going through the motions. I can't even blame it on fatigue, because I don't believe too many of you played in midweek against Sporting or played a lot. So I just felt it was a bit flat. We needed a bit more oomph. We needed something, especially from our attacking players. And to be honest, we caught life a few times, and you can't say Wolves didn't deserve to go ahead. Cheap circumstances by us, yes. Kohler's involved. Kohler passed it to Xhaka. Xhaka showing no defensive awareness. Opens his body up, is dispossessed. Obviously, long story short, Wolves then convert that with Carvalho, and they're a go ahead. And what's worrying, in the Championship, they went 40-odd games whenever they took the lead, and whenever they took the lead, they were winning games or drawing or walking away with a good result. So we know this is a resilient side. They have one of the best defences in the Premier League. They might not be able to score, but they got one of the best defences. So this is going to be a side difficult to break down. A side which you saw, they'll have a goal offensively, but very few players don't understand that Wolves system. They know what they're doing. They know what their partner's doing, and we just weren't really at it. I mean, we had possession. If I had to guess, 70-80% possession in that first half. It's not. I did feel we would score in the game. I didn't feel necessarily threatened. Don't get it twisted, because there was many passages where Leno had to make up some mad saves, especially at the end of the game. But I felt we'd get something out of the game, but it's just it was really, in terms of being galvanised, and after the run of form we're in, yes, we've dropped points of recent. I felt it was really woeful. There was no real inspiration. I did also feel Wolves tactically outclassed us, in the sense of he outdone Unai Emery, in the sense that our midfield looked crowded. Ozil was having to drop deep, but when he wasn't, Torreira and Xhaka were being like it's like having a cut in the ocean, and the sharks can sense your blood in them things. And Xhaka weren't really down for the defending thing clearly today, so it was Torreira doing a one-man job. So I was kind of thinking, what's going on? We did have some incidences where we went forward. I feel Bellerin was one of our best players today, especially in an attacking sense. I can't remember too many times I saw Aubameyang or Lacazette hold-up play weren't quite there. The general play that you normally see with Lacazette wasn't quite there. Aubameyang, we need to put up some wanter posters. I love my guy, but I have to keep it fair. I don't know where he is. I really don't. Bellerin had more clear-cut chances. Bellerin looked more of an attacking threat than both of them in this game. So yeah, man, I can't lie. 25th minute, like I said, Leno had to remain calm to deny Costa. He made a couple, and I've lost count of the amount of saves Leno had to make. There was one in 25th, 28th from Solskjaer, 30-odd. He made a couple of saves, but for me, we didn't win this game, but we found ourselves in this position in the game at this point, but for our own doing. We started off you set the tone. We're at home. We didn't start off how we've been starting off games recently. We were lethargic, lackluster, like I said. As well, for me, we're not the best defensively, clearly, in terms of keeping clean sheets, but we've seen an improvement this season versus last season. And For the first time consistently, I saw it this season. We were consistently being left defensively 3v3, 2v2, 4v5. We were constantly being outnumbered. Defend first. Defense wins titles. It was a real woeful performance in terms of application today for me anyways, beyond trying, because I don't feel no one wanted to lose, but that and tactically we're really poor today, man. We have a bit of joy down the flanks here and there, but if you're a Wolves fan, you're deservedly in front and you're having the best of. Definitely, if you're a long time Wolves fan, if you've been on this earth long enough, you definitely one of your best trips to play Arsenal. And considering the form you've been in, no winning 3, you're laughing. And this is what I tell you. Like I told you in the preview, beware of a resurgent Wolves. And people tell me I'm negative and things like this. So yeah, going into half time. Apart Leno, Torreira, Bellerin, they're the only ones I really ain't got no fault with. Mustafi as well, he made some credit where credit's due. He made some important challenges in the game as well. But beyond that, I'm really disappointed in our offensive players. And Welby was going through the motions as well. Did think it was harsh for him to get subbed, but it is what it is. At half time, you're kind of counting your blessing. The only blessing Arsenal fans can really count is it's not 2 or 3, because Wolves have a problem converting chances into goals themselves. We really deserve to be a couple of goals down. We really need to wake up. We responded here and there in the first half, and the crowd fed off that, but really not giving the crowd something to feed off. Positional in terms of our positioning on the pitch, we're just faults of our own. We're really just doing this. Like, it's really lackluster. I keep saying that word. Uninspired, just slow. Just nobody's taking. Normally, you look at Ozil, you look at Aubameyang, you look at Lacazette, not to drop them because everyone was poor, but these are the players trying to take initiative, trying to get onto the ball, and I didn't really see that. I think we can't not give credit to Wolves, because the main focus on this game would be Arsenal dropped 2 points and them things there against a side that's been in not the best of form. But I really have to rate Nuno for how him and the players went about tactically today, because I felt that played to their advantage. And I'm so rattled, people. I can't even find my second half notes, but I remember anyways. Second half, credit where credit's due. We started off better, as you would see. We had some opportunities. We were having chances. Torreira decided he wanted to try and be Santi today and shoot shots. He was shooting. Bellerin was. I can't fault Bellerin because no one else was trying to get into them positions to score. But it's sad, cause you don't. No disrespect to Bellerin, cause I like him, but you don't want your right back taking some of them opportunities. As poor as I think Aubameyang and Lacazette were, and ironically Aubameyang basically missed a tapping and Lacazette the same. I did kind of want them chances to fall to someone credible. We were having half chances, we were having this and that, but throughout the whole game, you can't really say Patricio had too many efforts to make. Leno therefore made more saves than Patricio, which is quite poor. I know they've got one of the best defences, and it's a testament to them again, but still, we're meant to be trying to get into the top 4 and a top 6 side, and this is a newly promoted side and things like that. Like I said, we're having opportunities. Wolves are probably getting tired at this point, so they're starting to fall into old habits. They're starting to just sit, which is allowing us to get more on the ball. And again, Ozil's woken up. Aubameyang and Lacazette, to be fair, they're making decent runs and we're doing all right, but you feel you need something more. And yeah, we got eventually we got a bit of luck, rubber the green with Mkhitaryan coming off the bench to score. Obviously, it was a quickly taken corner. It fell to Mkhitaryan. He put it in a dangerous area. That's why, as a coach, you tell your players, or you're taught as coaches by coaches to put them balls into certain areas, whether you necessarily see a man or not, because errors like you see with Wolves and normally people score on goals. And if I'm Nuno, I'd actually be vexed at Wolves because I feel they let themselves down. They were good defensively. Offensively, they could have had more. The only criticism, they could have been more offensive, productive in terms of scoring more goals. But defensively, good performance. Tactically, outdoing us. Defensively, they're very good and they let themselves down at a set piece, really, because it just trickles through. Like, it's a Mkhitaryan's putting it in a dangerous area. Maybe the Arsenal players are putting the keeper off, I don't know, but it trickles in the back of the net. And it's 1-1 at this point. Must admit, on one hand, we kind of deserve to score. On the other hand, we didn't deserve to get anything out of this game. But at this point, I'll take that. I mean, I can watch Match of the Day now. I was contemplating, am I watching Match of the Day or not, because Arsenal lost. Now I will just skip that past Arsenal. But yeah, it's 1-1. On the other hand, we remain unbeaten. But if you look at it, 3 games, no win. For me, I'm extra annoyed. Away from